I'll take a few questions.
Governor, the city is reporting that there are at least 30,000 Haitian migrants in Colombia right now that may be seeking to come north. Can you address your concerns about that? And also, can you speak to the conversations that your administration is having with the Mexican government about possibly interdicting migrants before they make it there?
Sure. I missed the first part of your question. Who is saying that?
CNN. The Colombian officials are saying that there are about 30,000 migrants that may be seeking to come here.
Right. So there have been reports for a while now about other groups like this that could be coming from other countries. And that's exactly why we are here, because we want anybody who's thinking about coming to Texas, whether it be from Colombia or any other country, that Texas is going to be responding. We have the law enforcement, we have the funding, we have the strategies, whether it be here in Del Rio or any other location on the Texas border. If you are targeting Texas to come to, we're going to show up in force and shut down the border. We're not going to allow the disaster that we saw here in Del Rio to be replicated by additional caravans coming from wherever they may come from.
Governor, first off, two-part question. We have heard that some hundreds of miles along this region are being on patrol due to the fact that all the agents are being pulled to this area. Are you concerned about that? And the second, we have heard of another caravan that is similar to this one in Reynosa, maybe attempting to cross into the McAllen area.
So both the Texas Department of Public Safety, the Texas National Guard, as well as local law enforcement are very aware of the different locations that migrants may be trying to cross. Some are leaving this region, going to other regions, either in Valverde County or in neighboring counties. And as a result, we are also moving resources to interdict those who may be trying to come in. We have heard information about the possibility of something like this happening in Reynosa, and DPS as well as the National Guard, they are working in collaboration with those on the U.S. side to make sure that we are going to be able to put up the resistance that is needed so that those communities don't suffer the same consequences that Del Rio did.
Migrants are under that bridge right now, and are there any plans to reopen this border anytime soon?
Sure. I will leave. And that's the county judge. The county judge told me that as of right now, there are about 8,600 migrants who remain under the border. And as far as I and the state resources are concerned, there is no intention to depart this location until this location is fully restored to total control.
I know you have flights going out and things like that. Any kind of estimate on when that could be?
So the flights going out that you're talking about are flights that are conducted by the Biden administration. And candidly, there's been nothing but confusion and shifting different stories about where they're flying them from, where they're flying them to, how many they are flying out. So that's a constantly changing story that only the Biden administration can venture to tell you.
Governor, on that point about the flights and when these migrants will be away from that bridge, the Biden administration believes that they can process those remaining migrants by the end of the week. Do you believe that?
They have shown no capability of being able to process all of these migrants by the end of this week. The only thing that they've shown is an incapability of dealing with this crisis, candidly, in a way where they pretend it doesn't even exist. And we're here to tell you, it exists, it's total chaos. And the Biden administration, they need to up their game big time.
Last question. The Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security said that their response to the border here was commensurate with the need. However, we know that a lot of folks have been saying that you all need help down here for some time now. What do you suppose took them so long to get here?
So we have been told by the Secretary of Homeland Security as well as others in the Biden administration, stretching back to last March and February, that they would continue to provide resources that were needed to prevent events like this from happening. And all those promises were never fulfilled. And as a result, it had to be the state of Texas working in collaboration with our local partners that steps up and provides the resources that are needed to staunch the flow of illegal immigration on our border, and we will continue that effort. Thank you all very much.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you so much. Q&A's over. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Are you speaking with the Mexican government?
So yes, I obviously made a disaster declaration for a very valid reason, and that is if you look at what the financial strain and the healthcare strain and other strains that Valverde County is dealing with, as well as the additional counties around this area, there is a need for a presidential disaster declaration. I have not yet heard back from the Biden administration, and if you look at history, about every time I've made a request, they've been non-responsive to any requests I've made about needs along the border and helping these counties with the resources that they need because they're completely overrun.
Great, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Declaration encompassed just by Valverde County, or is it the entire state?
It encompasses the counties that are affected by the current surge. It is capable of being expanded to make sure that the state and the counties and the cities will receive the resources they need to be able to cope with the disaster caused by the Biden administration.
Great, thank you guys. So that's the last question. Thank you so much. All right, DPS can escort you guys back out. Thank you for coming.
If anybody wants to take questions for myself, I can answer some.